What's happening, everyone? This is Uncle Devin, the children's drum cushionist, and thank you for tuning in again to We Nation Podcast. And as you know, We Nation stands for Watoto Entertainment and Education, and Watoto is Swahili for children. And that's what we're all about, children 0 to 12, where we bring you the best in family-friendly global beats, along with awesome interviews from people that make a difference in our field and in our industry. So, and I have two great groups that's going, yeah, I guess one is one half of a group, but also representing an awesome organization that's doing some wonderful things in hospitals, and the other works with them as I do, just to try to spread joy around the world. So we're going to get to that in just a moment. Don't forget that you can follow us on Spotify. We'll listen to our podcast on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Pandora, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, any of your podcast platforms. Very easy for me to say, isn't it? But then also you can check out We Nation Radio, where you can listen to our music 24/7. That's right. We play the best in R&B, hip hop, funk, jazz, reggae, calypso, go-go, world music, and more. All you need to do is go to We Nation Radio. That's We Nation Radio, because it's not my station. Or it's not my, yeah, I guess it's not my station. It's We Nation. That's what we call it. But let me stop talking and get to our awesome guest. I am so honored to have, I don't even know how long I've been working with an organization called Pickleberry Pie, but it's been going on for some time, and I probably need to even do more, because this organization has a place in my heart, but does a awesome job for children who are in hospitals around the United States. It's a nonprofit, and we're going to learn a little bit more about that. And I'm also going to bring um, a duo that also performs with Pickleberry Pie, Lori and RJ, who's going to come and just kind of just share with you some wonderful things and how you can also be a part of making sure that we can continue this. So please welcome to the We Nation podcast my good friend who've been working with for years, Jenny Heitler-Klevans, and Laura and RJ. Welcome to We Nation.
Hi.
Thank you.
All
Hi,
right.
It is
Devin.
an honor to have you all here, and thank you all first and foremost for what you all do. It's an honor to be a colleague with you all in this area. And I'm gonna start with you, Jenny, because I
Hmm.
know you and your husband David has been doing some amazing work. Talk a little bit about Pickleberry Pie, your involvement with it, how long you've been involved with it, and what is it all about?
Okay, sure. Well, Pickleberry Pie is a nonprofit organization, and we bring music to kids in hospitals. So we work nationally, and I have been involved, well, as a performer. David and I have been involved with Pickleberry Pie. Our group is called Two of a Kind, and we've been going into hospitals since, I would say, the late 90s, early 2000s. So it's been a long time that we've been involved with Pickleberry Pie. And then I became the coordinator of the Mid Atlantic region. And then in 2017, I became the executive director. So we work in hospitals in the Mid Atlantic region, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, DC. We're also in Ohio and Chicago, and out on the West Coast, we're in Portland, Oregon, and in California, San Francisco Bay Area, and Santa Barbara and Los Angeles, San Diego. So we're a lot of places around the country. And it's a very heartwarming organization, as you said, because we go in and we make a difference for kids who are in the hospital and in special needs facilities. And we bring musicians and sing songs for kids, so it helps them feel a little bit better.
Wow, since the 90s. That is absolutely and awesome with what you do. And Pickleberry Pie is a nonprofit organization, is that correct?
Yep, yep, we're a
Okay. All
nonprofit.
right. And I was posting up some of your information on how people can follow, can support Pickleberry Pie. And again, the website is pickleberrypie.org.
Hmm.
Now, if you can talk a little bit about the challenges that happened recently with the pandemic, and usually a lot of times we were actually physically going into hospitals, and then that stopped. Where are we right now? And talk a little bit about how Pickleberry Pie transitioned during the pandemic.
Right. Well, Yes, the pandemic threw us all for a loop, didn't it?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So you're absolutely right. It used to be that Pickleberry Pie would send musicians into the hospitals physically. We would be going in and singing for the kids, and we would be going room to room or in playrooms or waiting rooms. And once the pandemic hit, of course, hospitals especially could not have anybody coming in. So we switched over to virtual programming. And a lot of the hospitals, most of the hospitals still want virtual programming because we're
Hmm.
not totally out of the woods yet with this. And so some of the places have us come in by Zoom. Some places were coming in on their Facebook page, like a live streaming concert. And Lori and RJ even have gone to one place by robot. They can tell you a little bit about that.
Hmm.
And we also just created a new website for kids in the hospital. It's called pickleberrypiekids.org. And it has a lot of our pre recorded concerts from performers like you, like Lori and RJ, and a whole bunch of other performers. We have full length concerts in there. We have single song videos. We have a connection to We Nation Radio and also Kids
Thank you.
Public Radio, which is the radio station that Pickleberry Pie actually started as a radio station back in the 80s. So we have that streaming as well. So there's a lot of great ways that children in the hospital can access Pickleberry Pie, even if there isn't an actual performer coming in.
And you mentioned the website. Can they also get to that website that you just mentioned through pickleberrypie.org? Is there a link?
Yes, there is
there?
a link
Okay.
there.
Okay. All right. So we want you to go to pickleberrypie.org. Once you check the information out, take a listen, and also support. We're going to talk a little bit more about support. But right now, I want to, Laura and RJ, thank you all for what you do. Tell the audience a little bit about who you are, first of all. Where are you located, and how long have you been doing what you do?
Well, we are called Lori and RJ, and we
Mhm.
are located in the San Francisco Bay Area. And we've been doing what we do now for about 36 years. And we also have a history with Pickleberry Pie for a long time in the Children's Music Network. And our major portion of our career began with television. And RJ and I were the TV hosts, the cartoon hosts for KTVU and the Fox network. And this was back in the early 90s. And we were on air for about 15 years. And it was like an incredible time. So, especially for children's television. And we kind of boosted it up a notch from, more into like a rock and roll and an R&B kind of a fun thing for kids. That
Mhm.
was back then. And we continue to do amazing work with children in the hospitals. And when the pandemic hit, we felt that we had to do something. We couldn't just not. And we built these incredible relationships with the child life specialists and the doctors too.
Mhm.
So we came up with an idea of doing virtual live Facebook concerts that
Mm.
took us into the hospitals. But this is something that wasn't like, hello, we'd like to do this. We had to like really work hard at convincing them that it would be okay and that they know Pickleberry Pie. It's a wonderful organization, which they've already used us. So
Mhm.
we were able to do that. And I think the thing that was the most incredible with Pickleberry Pie was our ability to transform a telecommunications robot into a device that we were able to play music.
Okay, so
That
now,
was the
now,
trick.
now you got to slow down for me on this.
Yeah, I
So, a
know.
telecommunications robot. So, talk a little bit. What does that? I mean, if you had to describe it, what does that really look like for those who, like myself, not familiar with what you're talking about?
Well, basically, it's called a teleconferencing robot, and it
Hmm.
looks pretty much like a blob of
Hmm.
steel with
Hmm.
a screen in it, like
Hmm.
an iPad screen, but it's very sensitive to motion. You can
Hmm.
control it with an iPad. It's still only for
Mm.
Apple devices. So I
Hmm.
would have my iPad only. Actually, it's the iPad or iPhone only, and you control it And it isn't an easy controller. It's not like gaming that's real
Right.
easy. You have to really control it. It's got the ability to, like, if it smashes into walls, it won't fall down, which is a good thing, because I
Sure.
banged into walls quite a bit. But as we navigate through, we can go into rooms and infectious rooms and even surgeries to be able to make a child feel comfortable, to make them feel, everything's okay. And I've got to tell them the story of, there was one child that we had. It wasn't the robot, but it was an iPad. And we go into this room, and there was this big round thing. And when you're on an iPad, you can't really tell what it is. So it looked like a giant donut. And we have a song about donuts. So we started singing our donut song. Little did we know we were inside of an MRI room that was about to do an MRI for a child. And she was panicked and freaked out. And we sang our donut song. And I think she was just like, what? What? A donut song? And she started to just relax enough that they were able to do the MRI.
I can imagine, you about to go through this and you see something like that, you're like, oh, maybe I'm gonna be okay then, and you just give people hope, and that is excellent. And RJ, let me ask you, in terms of the music that you all do, or is it music? Do you do talk a little about the art form that you all present, and what do each one of you do?
Yes, primarily that's our thing, is music. We started off in a big band, of 15-piece band, of adult band.
Right.
And we kind of got tired of all the family issues in an adult band, head tripping, in other words. And so we decided to do our own thing. And we didn't really know what we were going to do. Like what Lori said, she got this idea, and a producer called us to go on TV. Now, I was kind of hesitant to go on TV back in those days, She talked me into it and trained me how to do the whole broadcast thing.
Of course, that's the late 80s, RJ. That was the late 80s.
Yeah, before iPhones and stuff like that. Yeah. So basically, we took our musical creativity onto the TV set, and they would give us a lot of freedom to create the commercials. And you say, you guys just do your thing. You know what's best, what works for the kids. At the same time, we were performing in elementary schools,
right.
The whole 9 yards festivals and everything, and so basically, and we would creating music in our studio a lot too, all original music, and and basically we switched over from Fox to WB Kids, and we were over there for about 8 years, and everything just blossomed from there, and we never regretted it. And one day a lady asked us would we like to do hospital concerts early back in the days. Lisa Atkinson. And you could tell them that's Lori, about Lisa.
Well, there's a couple of little holes there. We believe that children's music finds you. You don't find it.
That's a great way. Excellent. And that I can relate to that 100%. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, it's nothing. Right, yes. Because think about it, RJ, that probably wasn't in your wheelhouse at the time.
No, because when we did our first birthday party, right, an attorney asked us, that we were working with, asked us to play for his kid. He was going out of town, and we play for her birthday party. And we were like, sure. We always say yes, and then figure out how to do it, right?
Right.
but we kind of, believe it or not, we had been playing all these adult gigs, and basically we finally panicked because now we got to play a birthday party
for children.
We're like, oh my God, what are we going to do?
So actually, we had a similar thing. My husband David was teaching. He started teaching at an elementary school. And that's how he found children's music. He was like, wow, these kids are listening to what I'm singing. This is great.
And you don't have to be out late at night in the smoky place. And I know.
Yes. But one of the things that happened was that, we noticed, music is also a social experiment too.
Yes, absolutely.
And back in the days, for some reason, we just just like the kids from Care Africa, right? They all have this rhythm, man. They have this rhythm. You're gonna see it on the video that we're putting together and everything.
Oh, okay.
And that rhythm thing used to be much more prevalent back then, the 80s, 90s, even the 2000s, but we see it kind of waning, you know.
Sure.
Yes.
Let's take music out of the school.
Oh,
that helps a lot.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Let's
It's
all clap in the beat. You know that, Uncle Devin.
That's right. That's right. The beat is the heartbeat. You take the beat away, you take away life, and that's always been my mantra. And so, and I'm gonna come back to your video that you had just mentioned in just a moment. But Jenny, I want to also talk. I know we have something coming up that we want to discuss and let people know so that they can participate in it. What is the event that's going on? Give us some time frames and all, and let's just talk a little bit about that.
So we're doing a really special benefit concert on March 27th. That's a Sunday afternoon. It's going to be 1 p.m. out on the West Coast, 4 p.m. on the East Coast, and whatever time zone, in between. And we're going to be not only benefiting Pickleberry Pie, but we're also going to be splitting the proceeds with another organization, and you just heard them mentioned, Care Africa Orphanage. They're located in Uganda. So some people are like, well, what are they? How did you connect with them? And this is one of the things that was really great about the pandemic, that came out of the pandemic, was this man who started this orphanage in Uganda reached out on the internet to children's musicians in the United States. And a friend of ours who's also on the board, Andrea Green, she's on the board of Pickleberry Pie, she met up with them and online and started doing music with them. And she said they want other people. So David and I went on, and so we were singing with kids in Africa during the pandemic, and that was, and they were great. The kids are fantastic. They're very musical, but they have a lot of needs, just getting enough food. They have about 105 kids at the orphanage, just getting enough food and medicine and toilets and, just all of that stuff. They have some real basic needs that they need to have met. But that's how we got connected with them. So we decided it would be a great idea to do this joint benefit concert, because we have a lot of connections in the United States, and they could use the help, and Pickleberry Pie could use the help. So we are involving them as beneficiaries, but also as performers. So if you tune in to this event, you will hear performers like the four of us up here. We'll have Uncle Devin's going to be performing, Lori and RJ, my husband David and I as Two of a Kind are going to be performing, plus a bunch of other people, including the kids from Care Africa will be performing.
Wow. And they can find more information out by going to pickleberrypie.org.
Yes, we have on the homepage, we have all the information about the event. It's going to be online. It'll be on the Pickleberry Pie Facebook page.
Okay. And I want to encourage our listeners and viewers to go on and make a donation to help make sure that, again, this money is primarily going to Pickleberry Pie and all these other organizations, but Care Africa in particular. And I've always felt that there was a not only a specific place for children's music, but it really touches the soul, because when we say children's music, we're really talking about family music. And that's really what we've been about the whole time, is providing wholesome music for the entire family. And many of us, we're not dumbing the music down. We're playing our music, but we just make it age appropriate. And so, this
is going to be a benefit concert that is going to be enjoyed by everybody, no matter what age you are. And it's music is the key, is the theme.
Music is the key.
Music is the
theme. And Lori and RJ happen to have a theme song. They wrote a song called We Love Music and adapted it for our theme, and they're creating a video. You want to say a little bit more about that?
Well, yes. And if Uncle Devin lets us, and you, Jenny, towards the end, we have our just so happen to have our guitars here.
Oh,
We could
absolutely.
just sing just a little bit of it. And, being on this committee, first of all, RJ is also on the board with Pickleberry Pie. And the next thing I know, he's volunteering me to be a part of this. And I'm like, okay, sure. And of course, I love Pickleberry Pie and I'll do anything, but he did volunteer me and I stepped up to the plate, and I'm
She's been
really
great.
excited because I really wish I could adopt all these kids.
I
I've said
know.
that before. These
No.
are so musical. They just remind me of the way the world used to be, where music was important.
Yes.
Music was a part of the fabric of life. Music told your story. Music made you feel good. Music, you could communicate anything. And the thing that I learned about Care Africa, and I just have to say this, not only Jenny, I know you know this, but Uncle Devin too. One of the things is they also supply information for the young men and young women who are older on how to be entrepreneurs. And these guys who already know how to sew, they know how to dance, they go now to the marketplaces, market themselves as dancers, they make their own costumes, they sell costumes to people. So they're teaching them entrepreneurial skills that will help them feed their families, take care of other people, and show them that there is another way. And these are not just orphans. These are kids from abused homes, kids whose families have died. There's just like an array of people. And the joy that these kids have on their face from performing, from the music, that did it for me. I will do anything I can.
Music is about service to others.
Yes.
And when we're serving others, bringing the joy and the light and the healing, we're living our best version of ourselves.
Yes.
Right, Jenny?
And we need a lot of that in this world today, don't we?
Absolutely.
Now, circling back to that song. We've had this song for quite a while. What do we love? We love music because music loves us too. And while we were in our committee meeting, talking about this, and they came up with, music is the key for the theme. For some reason, I was going like, music is the key. That goes with our song. Music loves us too. Music is the key. And I just happened to say that. And it was like, I'm yelling to RJ, grab the guitar, come in here. He stuck his head in and we start singing the song for our committee meeting. And it's like, bingo, that was it.
Wow.
So now it's got legs. It's moving all over the place.
That's how magic happens, right?
That's right. That's right.
That's the beautiful thing about music. It can create magic.
That's right.
Magic.
And well, I tell you what, while you get your guitar, pull that out, I'm gonna go back to Jenny real quick. Jenny, talk a little bit about Two of a Kind. I can't leave you and David out. Let the audience know a little bit about Two of a Kind. I've interviewed you all before, but can never interview you all enough.
Oh, that's sweet.
Share a little bit about Two of a Kind.
So yes, my husband and I perform together as Two of a Kind, and we've been performing for a long time. And we do music in schools and festivals, just like all of the other people here. We love singing with kids and getting everybody involved. And, it's really like we've been talking about. It's about that interaction between the audience and the performer so that we're all doing this music together. And
your really website
yes, our website is twofofakind.com, all spelled out. TWO of a kind.
Okay.
And you can find all kinds of information. We've done many recordings and won lots of awards and performed all over the country and in other countries. And
okay. And certainly you all are Two of a Kind. It has been a joy to not only know, to work with you all, but your sons. Let me ask how they doing. How the boys?
Oh, yeah. So we have twin sons.
Yes.
They came after we called ourselves Two of a Kind. They're identical twins. They're now adults. They're both science people. So one of them is working in a lab in the Philadelphia area, and the other one is a chemistry teacher up in the Boston area. And they're doing well. Yeah.
That's incredible. All right.
used to perform with us all the
Mhm.
time. And of course, now they have their own lives, so they're not doing so much
But
performing.
now they're not. But I
Now,
guarantee you, with that foundation you all left, they're finding a way to connect that with what they do.
yeah.
All right. All right. Well, you're listening to We Nation Podcast. I'm Uncle Devin, the children's drum cushionist, with my guest, Jenny Heitler-Klevans, what is your title with Pickleberry Pie? Or are you
Executive
just,
director.
okay, you're the executive director, because I didn't know whether it was you or David. But yeah, the executive director of Pickleberry Pie, along with Lori and RJ, who is about to share with us a theme song that they've created for this amazing benefit that's coming up. I'm going to let you all take it away.
Thank you. So, yes, it's called Music is the Key. And we hope anybody who is listening now will tune in to this incredible event at facebook.com/pickleberry pie. So, this is called Music is the Key. Here we go.
What do we love? We love music. What do we love? We love music. What do we love? We love music. Music is the key. What do we love? We love music. Oh, what do we love? We love music. What do we love? We love music. Music is the key. You can play the piano. We can play the guitar. We can play the flute. Music is the key. What do we love? We love music. I say, what do we love? We love music. What do we love? We love music. Music is the key. What do we love? We love music. I said, what do we love? We love music. What do we love? We love music. And music, music, music loves us too.
Awesome. Yes. And yes, we do. We love music, and we love you
music.
even sharing that with us. So thank you so much for that. And that's a perfect song for the benefit that we're speaking of. And Jenny, I'm going to ask you to wrap up again and just let everyone know more about the benefit, how they can tune in, and how they can support.
Okay, great. Yes. So it's going to be on Sunday, March 27th at 1 p.m. Pacific time and 4 p.m. Eastern time. And it's going to be run about an hour and a half. There's going to be musicians, including all of us here. There's going to be a puppeteer and a magician and the kids from Care Africa and a couple special videos. It's going to be a fabulous event. You can donate at pickleberrypie.org. It's going to be on Facebook at Pickleberry Pie's Facebook page, and which is Pickleberry Pie. There you go. And there's several ways that you can donate. So you can donate on the Pickleberry Pie page, or you can donate. I just set up a fundraiser on the Facebook page too. So there's lots of ways to donate. We're collecting all the money, and then we will split the proceeds with Care Africa.
All right. Well, thank you for you and the work that the Pickleberry Pie has done. I never have performed in hospitals until I first started working with you all, and that's, matter of fact, you're the only organization that I've worked with. But it's just an honor to be a part of that and to really learn, because when you give, you also receive, and I've received so much from the smiles, the letting them touch the instruments when we were in the hospitals before the pandemic,
Right.
and just even now online is just a great thing. So thank you so much, Jenny. Thank you, Laura and RJ.
Can I say one more thing?
Oh, yes, you may.
One
Sure.
more thing.
Mhm.
I thought about this.
Mhm.
What we listen to, we vibrate. What we
Mm.
vibrate, we attract, and what we attract, we
We
become.
become.
Wow.
And that's what I believe happens while we're all doing something in the hospitals. The
Yes.
vibration of the music attracts the people, the kids. This is for everything. And
Absolutely.
they feel it
Positivity.
and they become it. And that's, I think, the secret of this type of music that we
Wow.
do for the kids.
That's a
We all
great
do.
way.
For all of you guys, all of
Yeah,
us who do
right.
this.
Thank you for that. And it is a vibration. I saw a video where literally they'll play a note and you can see the vibrations on, they put the sand on some type of
Yes.
vibration. It was just
Yes.
awesome. And it shows you that it is bigger than what we probably first imagined. So thank you for sharing that. And thank you for the song. Thank you for being here on We Nation Podcast. Jenny, thank you as always. It's definitely an honor. And we look forward to the event coming up on March 29th. And I can't wait.
27th.
No.
27th.
I mean, 27th. I said 22. March 27th, 2022. Let me make sure I put that in. March 27th.
Right.
Sorry about that. And so go to Pickleberry Pie so that Uncle Devin won't mess the date up. You can find all the information. And maybe I was just hoping that we can get 29 people that can donate. Maybe that's what I was thinking about. So we get 29 people to come and make a donation. So thank you all for being a guest, and we will be in contact with you all real soon. Thank you so much.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you.
All right. And thank you all for listening. This has been so awesome. My heart has just been filled, and I'm so honored to be connected with such beautiful people doing wonderful work for children. But listen, I got to get out of here. I'm Uncle Devin, the children's drum cushionist. Again, make sure you tune into us on We Nation Radio. You can always reach us at music@We Nation Radio. And of course, that's we with 2 E's. But until we meet again, until we see you again, just remember that life is a drum. So beat it.